Hey guys, and welcome back to the Shattered World Observation Mega Campaign, hopefully, with me, NG Paradox, and we're finally here into Europa Universalis 4. You can see the map currently right now, that big Bengal name just popping out over here, and the Yan, and Al Jazeera, Mali, you know, a few big names are popping out about now. But we are in Europa Universalis 4, that means there's going to be new places in the world. We've got the whole of Africa, the New World, Asia, Australia, Japan. So many new places to discover that could affect the current state of affairs in our Europe and kind of North Africa and stuff. The world we've seen so far in Crusader Kings 2. And how will the Shattered World affect things as they are now? We can see here that obviously you're going to notice some changes. There have been some things that have been changed. When you convert the game from CK2 to EU4, some things get split up, become vassals, etc. Is there a Holy Roman? No, there is no Holy Roman Empire. I was thinking just, I was like, wait, there's a Holy Roman Empire? There is not a Holy Roman Empire. Also, last time I did finish on the 1st of January, 1444, so I did miss actually a few months. I did forget it was the 11th of November, but that's fine. It's not a big deal. Just a few months difference. I don't think much would have changed in that time, but here we are. So very quickly, we're just going to go over the most important things of what has changed from CK2. Obviously, the rest of the world is what you expect, apart from obviously the Yan. Here in China, the Yan dynasty. If we look at the great powers, Spain is #1. So there is no Hispania. They have been renamed to Spain, and you can see they're extremely powerful. The Bengal Empire is next on that list, not far behind, actually. Actually, China is 3rd on the list. So China is not the most powerful nation in the world at the beginning of the game. Our Carnatic, who is basically the southern Indian nation, they are currently 4th, quite far behind the others, but not too far behind. Al Jazeera is next, on a pretty good number themselves. And those 5 there are really a leap above the rest. After that, Egypt is 6th, and they're half the number of Al Jazeera. So that's a massive difference. We can see either Saxony is 7th, and England is 8th. And you're going to see why things look a bit like they do right now. Maybe why some nations are not as strong as you thought they would be. So if we kind of get closer, and you're going to notice some odd stuff. Let's kind of go from east to west. So Scotland is as we would expect. Let's have a quick click on this then. They're a vassal in Ostlandet. Obviously, these are all Germanic faith as well. Culture Swedish. Religion is Norse, they say. When it comes to the nation, Knightling family, everything is converted into here. 325 as well. Very happy with that. They're a kingdom as well. Kingdom tier, Western group, and kingdom rank. England, though, as you can see here, Huis is actually a vassal to England. So they have Huis and Mercia. So England did not really have full control over their land, so they've had to now have to get some vassals underneath them. So Huis kind of controlling the, I guess we could say northern lands, kind of a bit. Northern Scotland and Ireland. And Mercia mostly is the west part, but it's not completely correct. Also, Ireland, half of it is a vassal of Thomond. So yeah, you're going to see Duke Albrecht Abernid and the King Averd Abernid. So the Abernids are here. Going into France, obviously we can see the massive Spain, controlling basically the entirety of Iberia. Andalusia has 1 province, sadly for them. Aquitaine has this 1 blob here, which we'd like to get rid of. Spain has no vassals. So surprisingly, Spain has no vassals. I was really surprised. Normally, we'd see a big empire like them get some vassals, like we saw the Byzantine Empire in our last one, but they did not. So they must have had pretty tight control over the lands they did keep. They may have lost a lot of lands, they made a few rebellions, but they had tight control. So you can see they control their lands in North France. They control their lands in the middle north of Italy, Carpathia, and Ruthenia. They got lands here and there. They've got, you know, all these titles they hold. The King of Spain, Empire tier title, The Store family, there we go. Good for them. Now, when it comes to the rest of France, we've got Aquitaine, of course. They have a vassal in Gascony. Gascony is a couple of places here in France, and they actually control Sicily, which is kind of interesting. They control the north of Africa as well. Algiers, though, has survived. Is a vassal of Mauritania. So Mauritania is actually just up here in the north. And then Algiers is below them just there. Federican family. So pretty fun to see these little vassals. Some of them were strong enough to get out. This area is a bit of a mess. Austrasia has a vassal of Burgundy. And we can see Burgundy about here. So yeah, we got kind of Upper Burgundy as well. Is a vassal of Burgundy. So Upper Burgundy is a vassal of Burgundy, who is a vassal of Austrasia. Well, there you go. So that's a bit of a mess around this area. There's also Saxony. So Saxony have a couple places over here, but that's it. So Saxony do not have much over here. Saxony is really, you know, what you'd call Saxony up here. And this. So yeah, Saxon Eastern Europe. So Saxony are mostly just their Eastern European territories and then north up here. We can kind of say this is their main territories where the king would be. And these are their colonial lands, I guess. They're colonizing the east with their faith, maybe. We could look at it that way. And Austrasia is kind of the French part of the Abinid dynasty. Germany, obviously, in the center, looking pretty good. Brunswick? Brunswick is here. They are a theocracy. Good to see that. Coming down this way, we have Lombardy. They are independent. Duke Rudolph of Furso. So he's independent here. We've got Spain with that there. We've got Urbino, which is currently independent. Duke Felice Paleone. And we got Sicily, which has got a bit of land over here as well. So Sicily looking pretty good. Bohemia did survive. And they have any land up here? No. No land up here. So Bohemia is basically in Corsica, which is Sardinia and Corsica, which is great. Croatia also has land over here. Looking pretty good there for Croatia. Nice little bit of territory there. But there's two Croatias. Okay, so we got a vassal Croatia and the king of Croatia. A princedom and a king. Okay, that's interesting. Going this way, yeah, Croatia has that bit there. Bulgaria has a vassal in these guys. They have a vassal of Thessalonica. So Bulgaria actually looks pretty good. They've got a nice piece of land and a nice big vassal below them. Strymon is independent, though. Egypt controls Greece. A bit of given to the Spanish here and there. The Spanish have important ports here in this area. They know it's important to them. But Egypt, look at this. Egyptian Egypt. Because, like, their main area, I guess, is here. Like, this is then Egyptian Egypt, which is just great. Love that. What a silly thing. But yes, going back up, Serbia. Look at this big Serbia. The von Falkenstein family. Really nice Serbia over here. They are technically an Eastern tech. We got Finland, of course. Now, Finland is only a kingdom title, store, and they have a vassal of Finland. So you got two Croatias, you've got two Finlands right now. So this is the smaller Finland. So Finland, this one, the vassal of Finland, this is kind of like the natural area of Finland, we could say. And this Finland here, the kind of overseer of Finland, we could say it's kind of Greater Finland. You know, it's the Greater Finland kingdom of all the other territories. But that's the traditional place held by the Duke Inge. Sweden actually doesn't look too bad here. The Hede family, still the kings of Sweden. They've still got pieces here and there. But they actually don't look too bad over here. Not too bad at all. They have a vassal. Okay, a bit of an odd name there. This one is a vassal, of course. We've got the Joms Vikings. Holy Principality right now. Look at them. We got Geeland, which is the Pravari family. They are a vassal of Denmark. But where's Denmark? I was wondering, I saw this and I was like, oh, Denmark, it changed its name. But if they're a vassal, where is Denmark? I want to see if I can see it. Is it down here? Yes, it is. Is that it? That's it. Really? Is this... Denmark is one province. If I had a camera on right now, you would see me just looking at the camera bewildered. The Heed family here, they basically just have that. Yep. Well, there you go. Oh, how are they going to control this? How are they going to control them? Okay, we got a few other people around here, independent. We've got Scotland, got a piece of land there. Cherson. Okay, we've got Cherson, Zamatja. We got Pskov. We've also got like Sweden, Finland owning little pieces of land here and there. Bajamia, as we know from CK2, it was an absolute mess. So hopefully these guys can beat each other up and start making things a bit nicer when it comes to the borders, possibly. You never know. You never know. Over here we have yeah, just the mess of Saxony and all the other Germanic faith all go into the east to find their glory and, you know, missionary conversions, you know, all coming over here to do that. Just made a mess here. We got that land, of course, Cherson, Burgundy. Yeah, they all came over. Saxony. Al Jazeera down here, as we know, is pretty strong. Lovely little flag there. Never seen this flag. We got the Yazidi faith. Look at that. Sultan Seftikin Karaid. Look at that. Oh, just lovely to see that. It looks great. Coming down there, we got obviously Ethiopia. Not looking too bad. Assasid family, East African Coptic. So Miaphysite obviously is the Coptic in this. So we've got Nubia as well, able to hold themselves until the very end of the game. So very happy to see them here. The Bengal Empire. They are an Empire tier title. I did check. That's the first thing I checked. They're an Empire tier title. Look at them. Emperor Bugu Sartak. Lovely. Lovely borders. My favorite nation probably in the entire game. Carnatic, Central Asia. Carnatic, actually, technically, their main area is here. That's the one where their name is. And in southern India, they do hold most of it, but these guys are actually their vassal. So some of the southern Indians, maybe, is it a religious thing? They are Jain. Yes, so kind of the Jains, the Jain religious believers of southern India have kind of got their own place. They're just a vassal right now to the Sunnis of the Carnatic. Now, that could be the stronghold for the Sunnis in the future. Spain does have this little port here. So Spain already has colonies. Spain already has colonies. Look at this. So Spain versus the Bengal Empire is what I'm hoping for. That's what we want to see. And, of course, the rest of the world is kind of what we expect. You got Yutsang, of course, though, as well. No Kongs. No King Kongs. Karasha, obviously, the descendants of Genghis Khan. But they're not the only ones. Mongolia is as well, and possibly Buryatia, I think, sometimes as well. So you got a few places there. So that's kind of the differences from CK2. If you wanted to see, we've got religion. Look at that. Norse. Look at that. Jain, Yazidi, Coptic a lot up here in northern India. Confucian, there's a bit there as well. This area's a mess, though. The Persian lands are kind of a mess of different religious ideas and stuff. So it's going to be fun to see how this all spreads out religiously. And will the new world become Norse? Well, I mean, Mali's Norse as well, aren't they? Sunnis kind of up here, over here, down here, and maybe now in India they will be able to take over. Have to wait and see. Culture probably should have all been taken from CK2. Oh, Westphalian. Oh, so the Saxon culture becomes Westphalian in EU4. Okay, so that is actually something different. That is something kind of important. Syrian. Okay. Syrian over there. So there is actually a few interesting things. Well, well, well. Game, you surprised me. Westphalia. Okay, Saxon. Avardi, as well, that's slightly different from what it was. Zhangzhung. Okay, we'll leave that off from that. Anything else we need to look at? Institutions shouldn't really be a big thing, to be honest. States, rivals, anything we need to check. Just want to make sure. Unrest, government types, I mean, I don't think that's... Ottoman government for Al Jazeera, I guess that's kind of nice. Carnatic, what have you got? Ikta is the government for them. I mean, Al Jazeera getting the Ottoman government, I think makes that makes a quite a bit of sense. Joms Vikings obviously are different. And the rest are what you normally expect because they're other parts of the world. Yeah, not really big surprises there. Mordva is an Ottoman government. Huh. Okay, Seljuk. Ooh, the Seljuks did get an independent realm. The Seljuks survived into EU4 in Mordva. Well, I want Mordva to succeed now. I really do. I really want them to succeed. Anything else that we need then? Opinions, federations, trade leagues, rivals, players. No players there. Great powers. Development, we can have a quick look at. Bengal Empire looks pretty good. I think Bengal Empire could run away with this if they can beat up Spain and kick them out of the, kind of central, the Middle East. If they can kick them out of there, it could be useful. Trade goods, technology. I'm guessing they all start around the same, probably. They all start on the same, don't they? Of course they do. Devastation, there's no devastation to begin with. Okay, they don't take that in from CK2. That would be kind of cool if they did that. But I guess they don't. I think that's it. There we go. So there we go, guys. It is all done. We now know what it looks like from CK2, and it's glorious. But where will this take us? Where will the story take us from here? Will these nations from CK2 do well? Will they fall apart? We saw some fall apart in our other one that we did. We'll put on a 5-speed because we're just getting things rolling. But we know things can fall apart pretty easy. Spain has allied with Albino very early on. I probably should put some things here. Annex, integrate estates? No. Human players, me. Okay, estates? No. I want wars. Can we not... I guess we can't see wars right now. Achievements? Okay, I guess we'll be fine then. We'll be fine then. We'll put this up, pop that up. Event. The Madhab of Mordva. The Madhab of Carnatic. Okay, so we've got things going on there. Let's just check around then. Just make sure we're getting a close eye on everyone. See how the realms are going. Obviously, we've got the rest of the world now as well. It'll be fun to see how they interact with them. Question for you guys. Who do you think will get to the New World first? So when it comes to the New World, who do you think will get there first? You think it'll be Scotland because they've got Iceland? You think it'll be Spain because of all their power? Maybe Mali could potentially get there first? Or maybe England? Ireland? I guess maybe even China? You never know. The Chinese could get there. The Yan dynasty. Maybe they'll have a different idea of what to do. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll put it down to 4 because we are just starting. We got a lot of bugs, obviously, to go through. A lot of things that could potentially happen. Vassals could rebel. We could see the vassals of England rise up. Wales, obviously, is here. Lovely Wales. King's Store. Lovely Wales. But yes. So far, things look very peaceful. Nothing in particular is happening. It's very peaceful. Now, when it comes to the most biggest nations, the difference here, not much between these three. I'm sure there's a few below them as well, but these top ones are massive. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Finland, though, should be quite close, and they're already at war with Memel and Karelia, so nothing too important from that one. Germany? Jom's Vikings? So what are you up to? Could you get to the New World, maybe? Would love to see that. Scottish Pretender Rebels for Scotland. Hopefully they can deal with that. Shouldn't be too big a deal. Ireland? What are you going to do with that big vassal? They've got quite a big vassal to deal with. Spain are building ships. Al Jazeera, nothing going on for them. We'll keep an eye on everyone. We'll keep an eye on them. And obviously we need to keep an eye on the rest of the world. All these new nations that could rise up, unite together to defeat the old, these nations we've been watching for a long time. Bengal, what are you up to? And they're already at war with Yutsang, Turkestan, and Nagorno. What is this about? Attacker. Bengalese conquest of Lhasa. So they're trying to conquer Yutsang. But Yutsang does have an ally in Turkestan, but Turkestan's quite far away. Will they be able to get their men there in time? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to get them in time. The Bengal army's moving in 18,000 men there. 10,000 men there for Yutsang. So Yutsang has a decent amount of men, potentially. We can't see the rest. Bengal could become a bully in this area. Carnatic, what are you up to? Allies, Manipur. Bengal, do you have any allies? You got Ethiopia. There we go. Ethiopia's a strong ally. No one's going to fight Ethiopia. Nubia is at war with Egypt and Ethiopia at the same time. Egyptian conquest of Quasi-Ibrim. So Egypt has attacked them. And Ethiopia. Did they do this at the same time? Are they bullying them? Wales and Poland. He's only fighting them. So it's not their friends coming in to help. And they know they've got Bengals to help them if things go wrong. So Nubia might start out EU4 in a terrible position. They could lose everything. But yes, if they lose these two wars, these two nations could take a lot of land, and they probably want to as well. So we could see Ethiopia and Nubia taking all that land. Ethiopia, though, obviously does have the ally of Bengal. So they may want to use that against Egypt, if that does mean they'll come to clash as well. But sad times there for Nubia. They made it all the way through CK2, did a good job as well, I would say. They did a pretty decent job. I was very happy with them. So I'd be very sad to see them get destroyed. Purang has just been absolutely taken down. Occupied by Yan. So what? China, look at them. They stretch all the way into here. Yeah, the Western Protectorate. They control all of that, basically. That's pretty crazy. They're pretty out, actually. Karasha, we may see wars between Yang and Bengal. Now, that would be an epic war. I would love to see that. Yan war for Karasha tribute. They want to get Genghis Khan's descendants to pay tribute. I think they're going to have to. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Yan versus Bengal or Bengal versus Spain. Those are what I want. Al Jazeera could also cause some trouble for people as well. They've got that Ottoman government as well, so that's probably a good government for them. It gives them a nice little bonus there. Aquitaine? Nothing for you. England? Keep an eye on some of these that I think might end up going to war. Supporting the independence of Geeland. I mean, who wouldn't support their independence? Because, you know, they could easily break free. Finland, though. Oh, yeah, that war of Memel. Yeah, that war's still going on. But Finland is winning. They're going to clean up the borders, I hope. I'm hoping Finland can clean up the borders and become extremely powerful. That's what I want to see. Jom's Vikings have allied with Sweden and Austrasia. They're kind of taking some of the traditional lands where the Vikings first began, you know, where the Norse faith first was born. That's where they control it, to protect the Holy Land, I guess. I guess this is kind of a Holy Land. At least this place is. I mean, it is in CK2, technically. It's a holy site for the faith, so pretty cool to see that. We'll play it like that. Saxony. What's Saxony? Saxony's doing nothing. Most people doing nothing. Bulgaria's at war with Sicily and some other nations. Defend a Sicilian conquest of Kosovo and attack a Bulgarian conquest of Penza. They probably went on the attack, and then Sicily attacked them. Croatia currently right now is okay. They're allied with Urbino. Sicily's allied with Ovan and Urbino. Everyone loves Urbino. But they're allied with Poland. Wasn't Poland? Yeah. Poland did make it through, and they are one province. Bulgaria, Egypt. They got great allies, though. They got great allies. Someone wants to protect them. Someone really wants to protect Poland. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to protect Poland? I can tell you that. I think we all agree. Egypt, yep, they defeated Nubia already. Look at that. Egyptian, Egypt. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping Nubia would do the opposite and eat up Egypt. But that's not what we got. Ethiopia, they're still at war with them. They probably will end soon. Minus 40%. Nubia, Ethiopia's going to eat all of like this, and Nubia's going to be left with nothing. What a sad way for Nubia to come into EU4 straight away. Just gets attacked. That is sad. They're still at war. The Yan, I think they got them to pay tribute, yeah? They got a lot of tributaries right now. Give a quick look. Look at this. They can get a lot of tributes, can't they? They're going to be a problem. They could potentially be a problem. Carnatic Central Asia. Yeah. I'm confused. There was a thing here that used to be allow you to go to observation and not. So, one second. Let me, Wait. Did I click it in? Because it usually allows you. No. Actually, how do you get back to playing then? Unknown command. I know how to get back into the nation. For some reason, last time you could go in there, you can go in any nation. But this time, I don't seem to be able to. Maybe I've got to do what I did in, Yeah, it doesn't seem to want to let me. which is interesting. Yeah, because last time I could click on that, but this time I did it and it was something different. So I think... Oh, it's because I know why. There we go. Sorry, I clicked the wrong thing. I said observe rather than spectate. Apologies. I went on observe rather than spectate, so remember to do that. Yeah, you could do this. Well, all players can see... Let's see, select a country. There we go. That's much better. That's what we want. That's what I wanted. I said observe rather than spectate. I'm a fool. Now, Finland won that war and they've expanded their territories. It'll be fun to see what they do with all of that. Scotland. You're at war now. Denmark and Serbia. Is that for the independence of Jalen? Yeah. Jalen at war for independence. What a surprise. We kind of expected that. I don't think there's much point in watching it, to be honest. Egypt. Okay, Ethiopia did not take as much as I thought they would. Nubia still has a pretty good hold. It's not great, but at least it's not as much as I thought they'd lose. So they've got that at least. I guess we can give them that. Basra, they are actually Germanic. Yeah, they're Norse, aren't they? A duchy here. So it's going to be fun to see what they can do. They're allied to Al Jazeera, though, so they're actually safe for now. I thought Al Jazeera might try to eat them up, but apparently not. They want to be friends. The Bengal Empire still at war with Yutsang. 70. Look at all these soldiers. Look at all these soldiers by the Bengal Empire. And this is why I wanted to have a look through this, because I want to see how many men can they have. 119 force limit. Well, that is just crazy. I guess we could look at the ledger, I guess, for now. Military. Let's go look at armies. The biggest one in the world is the Bengal. Force limit, I guess, is the bare thing for now. Spain can have 138. Yang can have 114. That shows you how big these nations are. These are big nations coming in from CK2. We had a lot of actual big nations. Normally, you're going to get some messed up nations and stuff, and you start EU4, they're not as big, but we got a lot of nations coming into this that were very strong and big. Mali, though? How are you doing, Mali? You're the Norse faith in this area of Sunni. What are you going to do? Maybe one day we'll see them go to the New World. They'll find a whole new world. Bulgaria is being defeated by Sicily. And blah, blah, blah. And we're going to stop singing from here now on. And they're vassal of Sicily. Okay, not looking good for Bulgaria. Bulgaria had a nice little nation going and maybe forced to release their vassal, maybe. Serbia going to take advantage of it. J-Land, Scotland. Yep, they're helping out their friends Denmark, apparently. So Serbia apparently decided to help out Denmark. John's Vikings are helping to release J-Land. They're like, more Germanic nations. More of them. We want more, says the John's Vikings. Germany, how you doing? You just going to be peaceful? Nice little peaceful Germany. Australia. Spain doesn't really want to get involved, it looks like. They're allied to Ireland, supporting the independence of Basra. So you're going to see some places, you know, break free probably from supporting each other's independence. That could likely happen. Bulgaria, I don't think you can win this. Minus 81. I don't think there's a possibility. Saxony. Nothing really going on over there. Finnish, Pajama. Mordva, what are you up to? We want to see you do well. The Seljuks, after all. The Seljuks, you need to do well. Oh, Yutsang. Wow. Okay, well, the Bengal Empire was just like, you know what, Yutsang? We're just gonna eat you. Poor Zhang Zheng. I'm glad the Kongs weren't alive to see this. The Kong family would be ashamed. I'm glad they can't see this. Look what happened to Tibet. Yutsang has just been destroyed completely. Parang is the only place left. And it is a vassal of Karashar. So they're being protected, yeah. And he's actually one of the members of the family of Genghis Khan. So he's protected by Karashar, but I don't know for how long, really. But yeah. Well, there we go. I don't think anyone can stop this. Oh, there are some rebels. Bihar separatists, Basran separatists. So we could see rebels popping out here and there. That's definitely a possibility. Mongolia, they're attacking. Mongolia tribute. Yan just wants more tribute. Give them more. Yeren has expanded at the top up here. What about Japan, of course? We should keep an eye. I keep keeping an eye on the realms we've seen in CK2, but that's because we know them. We love them. We have supporters, ones we like, one we hate. I know some of you hate Spain. Some of you like Spain. Some of you love the Abbanids, and some of you hate the English. I don't know. But yes. So, you know, we like to keep an eye on them, but we need to keep an eye on the rest of the realms, obviously, the other nations and stuff. We've got the nations, obviously, over here in the New World. Can any of them unite each other? Because if these guys don't, you know, get stronger and defend themselves, they're going to all become Norse. The whole of North America and South America may become Norse in the end. Or Confucian, if China gets it. We did see in our other observation campaign that China was able to go over here and colonize lands. They did do that in the end. And they were actually quite big. So we could see that again. Mali as well could potentially be one if they actually go there quite quickly. Because it's not that far away. It's not hard for Mali to get. Actually, who controls the islands? Does anyone control the islands? No, no one controls these. Spain controls these. They don't control that. They don't control this. Okay, so Spain has some little islands. They have a little bit of an advantage there. Andalusia. Mali. They've allied with Mali, so I guess that's a good idea. I don't think Mali's enough men to take on Spain, but it could potentially be their best option. It's not that they have much choice really right now. England, how are you? I'm surprised no one's wants to support your vassals against you. That's something I was expecting. Scotland, yeah, still at war with Denmark. How's the war going? 0 plus 14. So Jalen looks like they're doing pretty well. Finland. Okay. Yeah, just kind of what we expected. Okay, Bulgaria. So Bulgaria did lose a little bit of land, but not much. But they did eat up their vassals' land. Look at that. Sicily wants to come to Greece. You know, they got a lot of southern Italy. They want to now come over to Greece as well and take that. Who's the rulers here? The Store family. Of course, Stores. It's always the Store family. The Store family are everywhere. Sicily, Egypt, Aquitaine, Spain. They do have Aquitaine, yeah? Yeah, it is Aquitaine. Finland. Yep, they're just everywhere, that Store family. Someone needs to take them down a peg or two. Some Spanish particularists over here. Nothing too major for them to handle. Rebels over here, Nubian separatists. Okay, what's Egypt? They're moving around quite a bit. Bit of fighting going on here. These are tiny nations. No one cares about these guys. Once you get bigger, come call me. We'll keep an eye on you once you get a bit bigger. Down here, things looking okay. Down in Africa, Madagascar. I always find Madagascar fights really quickly. Like they really want to try and unite the island as soon as possible. It feels like. Mahan might be able to put up a challenge to someone possibly. Ethiopia's running around, but they do have those separatists at the moment. So they need to deal with that. Quite a few separatists here. Ooh, Farsi separatists, Bazran separatists over here. Bengal Empire should be able to deal with this, but they're everywhere right now. Akuyunlu separatists. They did just get bigger, or did they get smaller? Why did the name just move there? Yeah, you got Bengalese noble rebels. They got rebels everywhere. Bengal has a lot of problems right now. They've got quite a few internal problems. They do have the men to deal with it, though. And so does Yan. Oh my. Mao separatists. Changsheng separatists. Dali separatists. Yutsang separatists. Manchurian separatists. You're quite a far away from Manchuria. First Liberation Army. Wow. Yan could be in trouble. Poor Yan. Yeah. There's separatists everywhere, but there's no men. There's only men down here. The only men they have are all up here. They were busy fighting up here. They've got to come down. They don't seem to have built enough men. I can't see enough men. They won't be able to kill these until they got to bring all their men together to be able to defeat that. Divia is having some rebel problems as well. A lot of rebel problems to begin with, it feels like. A lot of rebel problems to begin with. Manpur's not going to be enough for you. You need more. You need more allies want to take on Bengal. But we should keep an eye on Yan. Korea has expanded as well. Good for Korea. Coalition right now. Who's their leader? King Sejong Do-yi. Yeren is getting beaten up there. Japan Slight expansion here. Usigi. They seem to Usugi. I'm not sure how to pronounce this one. They seem to be the biggest one right now, I would say. But Hasakawa seems pretty good as well. One of them will unite at some point, probably. Hopefully they don't take too long, so they can then try and compete with the other nations. If they take too long, it could be a trouble for them. Going back over here. Seems pretty normal. Bengal keeps slightly moving. Did Basra just become released? So Basra just... I know they took this just now. That definitely just popped out. So Basra seems to be popping out some places from Bengal. They also have this. I don't know if they had that to begin with. I don't think they did. So Basra's kind of taking their lands from... So Bengal could lose their lands over here on the Arabian Peninsula. Is that what we call it? The Arabian Peninsula? They could lose their lands over here apart from up here. Which wouldn't be too bad, but it's not good for them. Yeah, Basra and separatists, more separatists over here. They could expand. That could be good for Basra, though. And that's good for the Germanic faith, because, you know, Basra is the Germanic faith right now. So that could give them a chance to push it even more in their lands. Spain is still being quite peaceful. I guess they don't want to try and rock the boat. If they do, maybe try and expand a bit. And people, their vassals, you know, they have no vassals, do they? But maybe rebels might pop out. Or maybe they think people will target them. I don't know. Yeah, why is Spain not expanding? It's a great opportunity. Maybe they think they're too big. They're like, we're already too big, you know. We're already too strong. We don't need to expand. Yealand, the war is over and they are free. So Yealand has become free. They're allied to Scotland. Good little ally there for Scotland. Good job. Denmark. What's happened to Denmark? Poor little Denmark. Poor little Denmark. Stuck on Theodoro. Yeah, that's that must hurt. That must hurt there. But nothing we can do about that. We just gotta do our own thing. Finland. Ooh, Finland actually is a march. Okay, so Finland just made Finland a march. So we're never gonna see them eat them up. So Finland did not want to eat up Finland, apparently. That, you know, I guess no point eating yourself, is there? You know? Okay, the rebels were fighting the Bengal soldiers. The Bengal soldiers were able to defeat them. They're building more and more men. But there's a lot more rebels up here as well. China, the Yan, they seem to be getting a hold of themselves. They've still got 2 big rebellions, though. And they've taken quite a bit. But that's it. Now they seem to have dealt with most of them. Okay, they might be fine then. They're bringing down most of their men now as well. Those 2 armies there should be able to deal with this. I think China's going to be fine. Korea, though, has Jeonjo separatists, 22,000. I'm not sure if they have the men to deal with this right now. They don't have the men yet to deal with that. And we got peasant rebels as well. So yeah, a lot of rebellions going on. But guys, we're going to end this part here because actually, it's already been quite long. We went through things as quickly as I could to go over maybe what's changed or what you might notice. Slight differences or things you want to see. Make sure they went from CK2 to E4 properly. But yeah, it's looking pretty good right now. Have to admit, I do like going into E4. CK2 can become quite stagnant at some points. When you go into E4, things start to really explode sometimes due to the rebellions, the vassals that pop out, and obviously it's easier to make a CB in EU4, so it's always kind of interesting for that stuff. And the AI programmed to EU4 is meant to be, I think, more expansionist. While yeah, they find it hard to plot and scheme for claims and stuff in CK2 sometimes, I think. But yes, guys, hope you've enjoyed. I hope you'll continue to follow me with the series. The Victoria 2 mod, the conversion mod still has not been updated, so we've not been able to convert our old mega campaign, and we'll have to wait and see if we can convert this game into Victoria 2. So far, though, they have not updated it yet. Hopefully, by the time we get to the end of this, they will have updated it. So yeah, see you guys next time. I've been NG, you've been you, and this is our world. Our world.